Okay, Coach, we're going to start with a couple questions for you, and then we're going to move on to Eric. Coach Garvey, having played in 7 games that were decided by 1 score or less in 2013, how do you think that has helped your team prepare for the upcoming season?
Well, obviously it's a somewhat vote of confidence. At least that's how we trust. The last 2 years have honestly been like that. I mean, 2 years ago we lost to the top 4 teams that finished in front of us in this conference by a combined 11 points. So from selling it to our players of we can compete in this conference and having to quote unquote sell that to our players. And I hope they believe it, but it just proves to us that we can compete in this conference. We've beaten everyone in this conference in our tenure here. Over the last, going on 10 years now, I think, or 11 years. So I mean, as a motivator, I think that motivation is there to win this conference. I think our guys are really good. I hope they do. Obviously, we talk about it all the time. We just need to figure out ways to win consistently, which is what we haven't done here at Bethany at my time. I didn't turn it off, man.
Despite the loss of 4-year starting quarterback Matt Grimard, you return all your skill position players. How important is that to your team when breaking in a new signal caller?
Well, obviously, anytime you lose what I think is the first team all-conference quarterback, a 4-year starter who, kind of knew what we were doing no matter what, it's a big shoes to fill, obviously. But with what we return from the skill position and the experience we have on the offensive line right now, we hope that that's going to help, our young guys, whatever that is. We've got some guys in the program who can do it. We've got some freshmen recruited that, we think can do it as well. So those guys that are coming and compete, and on the flip side, I think we have a chance to be as good as we've ever been on defense at our place with the experience we have with guys returning, which again, I think it may be even a bigger factor for the quarterback, where maybe not all the pressure is on his shoulders, and he doesn't have to, bear that weight of other people can pick him up. So I do think that, it's going to be, our experience in other positions should hopefully ease the tension and the burden on our new quarterback, whoever that may be.
The young man with us today, Eric Blinn, ranked among the nation's elite receivers last season. What does Eric bring to the table that allows him to be so successful on the field?
I mean, first and foremost, he's successful. I mean, he's not the best athlete on our team. He's not the fastest guy on our team, but he's probably the toughest guy on our team. He brings a level of competition to practice and to the weight room in the off season, as good as anybody on our team. And now that he's going into his 3rd year and he had his, quote unquote, his breakout season with his 96 catches last year, this is now where he needs to step into that leadership role. And, now everybody on our team should be believing that he is that leader, and that's what he's going to bring to the table, what we expect from him. But overall, it's just his competitiveness and his toughness that he brings each and every day to our facility.
With the addition of Case Western Reserve and Carnegie Mellon, how much stronger is the PAC as a whole this year than it has been in years past?
Obviously, anytime you add 2 teams like Case and Carnegie Mellon from an academic standpoint and a football standpoint, they're 2 historic programs that have been to the playoffs. It's only going to make us better, and I think this conference overall is as competitive as any conference in the country, and I don't think there's any time you go into a game saying, this is going to be easy. I think maybe when we first got into the conference, or whatever it was, 10, 11 years ago, I think we were that team that everyone said, okay, this is one that we can get all the time. And I think just that conference has improved since I've been in it. And I think our conference by itself is, even before Case and Carnegie Mellon, I think it's as tough as anyone in the conference, and then just adding 2 competitive teams like these guys are, it's just going to make us better.
Coach, last question. You opened the season with 11-time national champion Mount Union. How will playing the Purple Raiders help in preparation for your conference schedule this year?
Well, obviously, our whole idea behind doing what we've done since we've been there, even in the tenure of Coach Weaver, because I was there the whole time with him as well, was we were going to increase our level of play each and every year at the conference. And we've obviously done that to as good as our ability to do this year, besides travel to Wisconsin. So I think it's just going to prepare us. Win or lose, whatever that outcome's going to be. It's just we're going to play, possibly the best Division III team in the country, and we're going to go play a football game and compete to our best ability, and prepare for the next 9 straight games in our conference.
Coach, thank you. Eric, we're going to move on to you. Yeah. That's it. Eric, with the departures of team captains Matt Grimard and Cam Cooper from your offense, how do you see your role on the team changing in 2014?
In a big way. Cam and Matt led by a great example in and out of the locker room. And the biggest thing for me, like Coach Garvey said, is just my leadership role changing, especially with the offense in and out of the huddle. So we won't have Matt there to bring us up. So.
You removed a few monkeys from your back last year with victories over Washington and Jefferson, Waynesburg, and Grove City. How do you think those accomplishments from a year ago motivate you going into 2014?
I really don't think it motivates us at all. Every game we go out, we expect to win. What really motivates us is losing to the 4 teams that we lost to this past season.
What are some of your individual goals and maybe some goals for the program that you're aware of heading into the 2014 season?
Again, just like you said, leadership in and out of the locker room, that's my biggest thing for me. Weight room, and just like you said, consistency. And I'm sure I can speak for everybody on the team. As a team goal, we want to win conference and advance to the postseason.
With all of the skill position players you return on offense, along with the majority of your defensive starters coming back, do you think that this is the year the Bison make a run at the PAC title?
Yeah, I do. We have a lot of older guys with a lot of experience on defense coming back. And on offense, we don't have a starting quarterback named yet, but I'm confident in the guys that we have at the skill position to be able to pick that up.
Last question. Last year, Bethany posted its first 4-win conference season since 2010. What sort of strides do you feel the team needs to make to climb even higher in the league standings this year?
Off-season workouts are probably the biggest thing. We're not at a Division I program where everybody stays at school all year round, and you can monitor the kids in the weight room. The biggest thing is the work ethic in the off-season, and staying together, keeping in touch with everybody. That's probably the biggest thing.
Coach Garvey, Eric, thank you. Bethany will get its season underway on September 6th at home against Mount Union. Thanks, guys.